Oil revenues are $3 billion a year in 2016-17. This is supposed to fund everything: pensions, welfare benefits, help for young people, more money for this, more money for healthcare, more money for that. I tell you, £3 billion.
Oil brings in roughly £30 billion a year.
I tell you, £3 billion.
Oil brings in roughly £30 billion a year.
I tell you, £3 billion.
Oil brings in roughly £30 billion a year.
What is the pensions bill in Scotland? £9 billion. So they could only fund a third of the pensions bill from oil.
Oil brings in roughly £30 billion a year.
What is the Social Security bill for benefits for the disabled and the sick and the low paid? £22 billion in total. So only a seventh of it could be funded by the oil revenues. Then take education, another £6 billion, £28 billion. Then take on top of that the health service, another £11 billion. And you come to £40 billion in expenditure on 4 items alone, and only £3 billion oil revenues to pay for it. £3 billion oil revenues, £40 billion that is got from the sharing of resources across the United Kingdom for health, for education, for pensions, and for all our social security benefits. So they could fund 3 out of 40, 7%, £1 in every 14 of what we need. So don't be convinced that the oil revenues, important as they are, can fund all the promises, or indeed any of the major promises made by the Scottish National Party.
One of Scotland's most respected economists, Professor Sir Donald Mackay, has come out in favour of the Yes campaign. Sir Donald has written to Alex Salmond questioning the UK Treasury's oil and gas forecasts and saying that income from oil and gas could be used to be able to implement the main reforms outlined in the Scottish Government's White Paper.
I think that the proposals put forward in the Scottish Government's White Paper are perfectly sensible and could be implemented in this. In other words, what I'm saying is the fiscal envelope you have to work within be easier for the Scottish Government than the rest of the UK. I think everyone's got to be prudent. Gordon Brown used to have a friend called Prudence and didn't pay much attention to it, unfortunately. But every government has to live within its fiscal envelope, and Scotland will have to live within the fiscal envelope, which is not as wide as you think, but be better than the rest of the UK. Well, so you can implement the policies that are set out in the White Paper within your fiscal envelope.